was like Nia Long responded to Sherri Sheppard after Sherri Sheppard went on her show crying about Nia Long laying paws on her. Y'all, let's get into this video. I don't know what happened. Sherri Sheppard went on her show mad as can be because she was at Candy's premiere for a Broadway show, okay? And she told a story about an unnamed celebrity that gripped her up, spun her around, said, "You've been talking about me real bad." And Sherri was like, what? Sherri told the rest of the story. We'll get into that later, right? Then it came out in page 6 that it was Nia Long. Now I said, well, how did they find out it was Nia Long? Sources are saying they found out because Sherri went and ran to page 6 because Sherri felt very mad. Sherri felt very humiliated. Sherri says she was waiting in the bathroom. Y'all, we'll get into that in a second. Let's talk about Nia Long's response. Nia Long, baby, she is gorgeous, she is classy, and she stand on business. Nia Long just posted a picture of her with her face card that don't decline, saying about last night, and put a kiss emoji there. I know that's right. Y'all, listen, let me tell y'all something. Regardless if you are a fan of Sherri Sheppard or not, Sherri Sheppard is the master of nice nasty. It's her show. She is the master of nice nasty. Even the way when she replaced Wendy. Now listen, Sherri was getting her bag. We're not going to fault her for that. Wendy, what happened to her, I don't think has anything to do with it. But Sherri was nice nastying the F out of Wendy because she felt like Wendy wasn't nice enough to her or didn't show her enough respect or wasn't friendly enough for her when Sherri was making the come up and when Sherri was basically taking her spot. Now, we can argue whether Sherri was telling the truth, whether she had a right. I'm not for that. My whole point is you always are doing this to people. Get this, Nia Long says she ain't the one. Now we put our ear to the street, okay, and take this with a grain of salt. But people are saying that one of the reasons that Nia Long actually did say to Sherri, "Yo, you've been talking about me," it wasn't about anything that was going on the show. They're saying that Nia Long and Sherri know someone in common. And Sherri was throwing salt in the game, and unbeknownst to Nia Long, Sherri was passing on information that they just thought they should know about Nia Long. Now, take that with a grain of salt because people like to get involved and bring up stuff, but it would kind of make sense. Just hear me out, right? Hear me out. If it's true, it would kind of make sense. Think about it. Nia Long's been single. A lot of guys like Nia Long. Sherri, I believe, is Sherri single? Hold on, let me check. Okay, that's what we thought. Sherri Sheppard is currently single. They both out there, they're both looking for the same eligible men. Now, no shade to Sherri. She is a gorgeous woman, shaped like a capital P in some people, and I mean capital P. A lot of guys like that. You know, it's only recently that they like them shaped like lowercase D's, right? But in any case, right? However, between Nia Long, who is I think she was like the nation's crush for like all of 2000s and even now, and Sherri Sheppard, who's gorgeous in her own right, I think they're always going to pick Nia Long, right? Well, apparently, it would make sense if that was true that Sherri would play that nice nasty. And you know how you might be that friend that's just like, "Oh my God, you like Tisa? Oh, that's so great. You know, I heard she was like, dating half of like the NFL players," and you like, "What? Oh, sorry, but I wish you guys luck." Basically, if Sherri was throwing salt in the game and an argument broke out about it, and that's when they're like, "Yo, I heard it from Sherri," you'd be like, "What?" Again, take that with a grain of salt. I will say this, right? Nia Long standing on business. She's not apologizing. She's not coming on Sherri's show, and she's glad she did it. Now get this. Sherri also, in the middle of her on her show, trying to shade Nia Long, and it didn't work because Nia's unapologetic. Sherri decided to do what she does and elevate herself above people. She said, "Now, let me tell you something. First of all, I know who I shade because I don't shade many people. I mean, it might be one person I shade, and I never shaded this unnamed celebrity." So she comes up in front of me, in front of everybody going, "You shaded me," and she walks off. I was so mad. I was really mad. And I said, You know what? You don't freaking get to do that to me. I would say to the unnamed celebrity, because you think I shaded you, which means you watch my show. No, Sherri, it means that she's talking, allegedly, the streets are saying. I don't know for facts, my opinion, right? The streets are saying, no, she don't think you shaded her on your show. She doesn't watch your show. She thinks you shaded her behind the scenes, throwing salt in the game. She said, I don't know who you think I am. She thinks you're Sherri Sheppard. She said, I think you get me confused with somebody, one of the bloggers or the influencers, because I didn't shade you. Okay, yes, I am a blogger. I am not an influencer, but Sherri, half of these bloggers, you still trying to say I'm not one of those people, don't play with me. They get on a regular basis more views off of one post than most of your show. I mean, I get it. Sherri is what, 56? So legacy media, which is actually dying, has more clout. But girl, you really trying to, what are you trying to say? So it's a case of mistaken identity. She knows you and then say, oh, I think you take me for one of the bloggers. Sherri is the epitome of nice, nasty. And here's the thing. I'm not even dragging Sherri for that. Everybody got their ish. I talk ish for a living, but golly, Sherri, really? Anyway, the part that I thought that was the funniest part of this, let me retell the story, was when Sherri was like, so I went and I was like, what? And I went to the bathroom during intermission and I was there for 15 minutes just waiting for her. And I said, is that what you did, Sherri? Because Sherri, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but we all been to Broadway plays. Let me tell you something. Sherri, in my opinion, from the way she told that, Nia Long grabbed her arm, spun her around. Everybody knows who Nia Long is. In intermission, everybody goes up, they go intermingle, they do whatever. You said you're friends, you could have found her number. So what did Sherri do? To me, it sounds like Sherri went and ran into the bathroom and she was hiding from Nia Long. Whatever it is you sit there playing innocent about, I think you actually know what Nia's beef is. And because think about it, Broadway bathrooms are only so big. Even the big Broadway shows, the bathrooms aren't that big, and everybody from intermission is in the bathroom. So that means for 15 minutes, without even telling Nia Long, you was waiting for her in the bathroom. You, who is a mother to a 5-year-old, who has a network TV show, and it is a celebrity in your own right, you were going to squabble up in a bathroom and put everything you had at risk because somebody spun you around. On top of that, you were in the Broadway bathroom. Didn't nobody know you were there? And the whole time you were there for 15 minutes with people being like, excuse me, can I wash my hands? Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Oh, you're trying to get a paper towel? Oh, sorry. So basically everybody was moving around you. Everybody that came in the bathroom was like, are you waiting for the bathroom? No, right? And they're moving past you to get into the bathroom. When they come to wash their hands, everybody's moving you out the way and you're like, sorry. Girl, stop. Sherri was hiding in the bathroom. Now again, take this with a grain of salt, but sources that are there were saying that it seemed more like Sherri was hiding in the bathroom because whatever issue Nia Long had with Sherri, baby, it had Sherri shook. And Sherri was sitting there, quiet as a church mouse, wouldn't bust a grape in a food fight, even though I will say, Sherri and Nia Long, wasn't nobody going to fight from that. Which makes it actually even more funny that Sherri was hiding in the bathroom because you're not in middle school, you're not in high school, you're not even in college. Some of y'all had to get the fight out of y'all in college. You literally hiding in the bathroom because Nia Long said you shaded her. So what were you hiding from, Sherri? Because as much as you got on your show, the streets were saying you actually might know what Nia Long's problem is. And judging by the way Nia Long stood on business, she knows you know as well. But shout out to Sherri hiding in the bathroom during Broadway intermission, being in everybody's way because you was afraid you was going to run into Nia Long again or she was going to run up on you. Shout out to her going onto her show and telling a story about putting her in a position of power, even though when she had the opportunity to say even one word, either kind or walk up to her, be like, Nia, girl, what's wrong? You didn't want to do any of that. You didn't want to reach out. You didn't want to do anything at all but go on your show and talk trash. Anyway, shout out to the illest and the realest. Talk to y'all later.